be critiquing and rating the legendary, epic and exclusive skins of Orisa. Now I won't be including recolors of skins, defaults and certain special skins that look like a default, because I feel that those just don't count. At the end of the day, it's just a recolor, and some are just so plain Jane that I just don't see the point of even adding it to the list. Now note,
I am a little nitpicky, so sorry.
I watch a lot of things where I feel like certain character skins needed more research on the theme chosen or the design looks a bit rushed. I will be rating character skins from a 1 to 5 rating scale, with 5 roses being the best and 1 rose being the worst. Now here we go.
Hell no, to the no, 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 hell to the no.
What?
Not appealing at all.
Nah, look, maybe this is important to somebody story-wise or a super diehard Overwatch fan community or something, but child. Anyway, so 1,500 credits for this? Hell no. It is not important to me in no way, shape, form, or factor. I'm sorry. All I see in the Overwatch normal player is
A few minutes later.
bulky plain Jane robot. Maybe this is supposed to be on some transformer type of I only like the guns on the side of the face. That's it. 1 rose.
No, sorry. Next.
Now on to more of the Orisa character skin list. Third on the list is Referee. Meh. Okay, I see the hat, the coolers, the black and white striped vest, and shin guards. And some of these skins come with extra things that it does differently, but I'm more into the looks. I don't know what type of referee this is supposed to be. I'm guessing football since I see parts of a shredded football on the gun, I think. I feel that someone probably will be mad at me, but this skin is meh to me. Why a vest and not just add more of the black and white to show that it is a referee, and does it really have to be a chess piece all the time? From far away you can barely notice the black and white. It doesn't stand out, and to be honest I didn't even know this was a referee when I was glancing at it. Nothing special for the gun. Whatever referee this is could have been holding whatever play tool is used for that sport as a design on the gun to make it more noticeable. They kind of got a little on it, but it isn't that noticeable. I give it 2 roses. Fourth Orisa skin on the list is Carbon Fiber. I mean, I don't have much to say about this. It's black and green, nice color choice. About the only thing I like about it is the hologram vest and collar that Orisa has, and the hologram circle on the back of her power unit. That's about it. It's clean and simple, but too simple for me, and not worth the price. It basically looks like a default, just with a few minor changes. I give it 2 roses. That's pretty much all I can say about it. I think the design will be liked by people that like toxic style themes with the green and black color palette. But for a robot, I think they should have added her cables that resemble her locks from her default skin, and maybe add that same green hologram technology around the ends of her cables with her other skin, and maybe put the same green circle hologram around her feet and gun to judge it up a bit. But it's a 2 for me. It doesn't make me go, wow. Fifth Orisa skin on the list is Dynasty, which was inspired by rhinoceros beetles, and they are a subfamily of the scarab beetle family. The blue and orange color palette pops, and the head design is cool, but I feel that more could have been done. The only cool thing about it is the head, with the surrounding horns on both sides of the head, and the strong beetle horn in the middle of the head, and the spiky spurs on the arthropod legs that mimic insects is a nice touch. Other than that, everything is just a recolor. I think that the gun could have been in the shape of something more insectoid to go along with the look. The unit on Orisa's back could have been in the shape of a huge scarab beetle, and to be honest, I think it would have been better if it was an Egyptian scarab theme. Because when I think of scarabs, I instantly think of Egyptian films and cartoons with beautiful scarabs being worn on the person or used to open a tomb or something. Now hold on. I know people want to mention her immortal Egyptian skin, and I'm going to get to it. But yeah, this skin is basically just a recolor of a cool head, and to me, it is not worth the price. It's just not enough for me to want to buy it. And I am aware of its recolor. I give it 2 roses, and that's being generous. I'm sorry, this is just my opinion. I don't really see where that much thought went into this look. Sixth Orisa skin on the list is Immortal. Right off the bat, you can tell that it is Egyptian themed, so you can tell what the skin is immediately. But, same as the other one, the gold and the blue color palette is nice and the head area is cool, but that is it. If Dynasty and Immortal was combined together with more detail on the gun, it would have made the look better. Now, to give a little history about the headdress, Orisa is wearing a headdress similar to Nemez, and I may have pronounced that wrong, but Nemez signified a pharaoh leaving their physical life on earth and beginning their spiritual afterlife. The Nemez is the type of headdress we see on a sarcophagus, coffin, and death mask, and it is shown on many statues erected in honor of a pharaoh after their death, hence the name Immortal. It's a clean and simple design, but I feel that more could have been done, and both Dynasty and Immortal could have been combined to make an intricate scarab Egyptian theme, with the scarab being on the chest plate, along with its wings, and a huge scarab could have been on the back power unit, with some Egyptian jewels on the legs and an intricate gun that could have had the same jewel work that you see on Egyptian artifacts, and the nozzle of the gun could have had beetle horns surrounding it for a more interesting design instead of just recoloring the gun, and the shaft of the gun could have had Egyptian scarab wings going up the gun, and then it would have been worth the 1,000 credits or even more.
Had you done like a high-waisted baggy pant and then a cinched-in corset over top of that, lost the chunky boot and done a sickening stiletto with like a purse with like a gold chain belt?
So completely different.
It is too simple and it looks like a quick rush design. I mean, come on, this is Egypt. I expect this to be dripping with intricate designs on it. And there are other Egyptian themed character skins with more attention to detail, so to see Orisa in this too simple of a design for such a theme is disappointing. I'm sorry. She gets 2 roses just like the other one. I promise the ratings will get better, but I'm just explaining what could have been done to make this really make me go, wow, here is my money. And I just do not get that from this. I've seen mechanical designs done a little better than this and characters with more detail. I'm sorry. To be honest, there is one design where they got it right, and it will be mentioned in this video. I promise it will get better with the ratings. I feel that I have crushed someone's likable character skin. Sorry. And now time to cross your dreams. 7th on the list is Demon. Reminds me of something from the game Doom, one of the Doom Hunter characters, and could be a reference to it. It looks a little similar, since the character that I'm thinking of is half robot and half flesh with a gun for one of its arms. But I'm not familiar with Doom, I just know that I've seen something similar to this. It's a pretty good design, lots of detail everywhere. I give it 3 roses, and that is because I think it would have looked more terrifying if it was colored dark black and crimson red, with red glowing eyes and a longer skeletal tail. I kinda dislike that Orisa is always giving these short tails, and she is already shaped like a mechanical centaur. But for me, I'm not really that much into the design to where I would want to pay 1500 credits for it. And no, I'm not into cute and cuddly things all the time. I play Bayonetta and lots of interesting designs for demons in that game, so seeing something like this is like, meh. Eighth on the list is Reindeer. It just feels like something is missing. More could have been done for the bottom half. You can barely see the presents until you turn it, so maybe more presents on the back to make them more noticeable, or add some mistletoes on the feet instead of just one on the chest. I get that she is a robot and that is the theme of this game, but for this skin I think a more mechanical form that resembles more of a reindeer's actual legs instead of the usual bulky robot design for Orisa would have made this more enjoyable to look at. I wish it was more centaurish in a more humanoid or deer type of way to switch up the usual design of Orisa. I like the snow globe on the gun, but the gun is locking as well. Maybe it could have had like a bulky snow design or something with some glowing Christmas lights on the gun and around the atlas. I give this skin 3 roses because it is a Christmas theme, and you can clearly see that she is supposed to be Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but that's about it. It just seems like she needed more Christmas ornaments on her. And yes, there is a lot of commotion in the back with a person watching Full Metal Jacket, which is my favorite war movie. Whatever.
Anyway, so
I mean, it's alright, like.
Ninth on the list is Forest Spirit. Meh. You can clearly see why it's called Forest Spirit. It has the leaves, the wood, and moss with the magical looking flowers on top of the horns. And the flower on the tail is a nice little touch. I feel like with some of these, I'm kind of forced to give them a better rating because certain things I'm into and not into. But I know others will be into it, and I want to be a little fair. To me, it's on some World of Warcraft golem type of Hearthstone type of theme, but the forest theme could have been done way better. And don't get me wrong, I like elemental and forest themes when it is done right. For me, I would have liked to have seen some colorful flowers or something. It just looks too dull. Even the gun looks dull and should have had like some vines with flowers on it and on the character. The few vines that I see are too bulky or not noticeable enough since it has no flowers on them and is in a dull color. Blends in too much with the character's skin. I feel like the back of it could have had like branches sprouting out of the back with flowers on it like a mini tree, and the flowers could have been animated or glowing with like an enchantment aura or some sort of fantasy magical sparkles appearing here and there to judge it up. But the look matches the name. I almost gave this a 4, but I just couldn't. It's an in-between for me. I give this 3 roses. It's like with most of Orisa's designs where they will start out with something great, but most of the skins are always missing that special je ne sais quoi. 10th on the list is Sanya. When I first saw this, I instantly was turned off by the mask and lack of detail before I researched Sanya. This character skin was inspired by a Korean lion dance. The colors on the back and on the gun are red, blue, green, and yellow, and red means love, passion, and romance. Blue means creativity, immortality, and hope. Green means fresh start, youth, and new energy. Yellow means light and essence of vitality. I may have this wrong, but this is what I found when I looked up the colors. I also looked up the 2 Hanja characters on the loincloth called Gong, and it means work. The loincloth could have had some color to it, like the color on Orisa's gun and power unit. Since this is a Korean skin, the Tegu could have been colored along with the 200 characters Kong. All of the hollow characters and yin yang positive negative symbol could have been colored. It could have been colored like the South Korean's flag with the red and the blue, representing the positive and negative. There's fur on the front legs, but no fur on the back legs. The colors on the back of the gun could have been added in other places on the skin to be more noticeable, like on the chest piece and the kneecaps. I also would have liked to have seen some Nordige tassels added to the back of her power unit or gun. I get that this is supposed to be a traditional Sanya Korean character, but to me it is lacking in certain areas. And to be honest, I never liked how the lion mask looked because to me it doesn't resemble a lion. And I get that it is supposed to actually be some sort of mythical lion. Maybe if it had more ornaments on it and better styled, I would have liked it more. It gets 3 roses from me. In the images that I've seen, the fur is supposed to be all over the body, and yet the back legs and arms have no fur either. Maybe Orisa could have had like hanbok sleeves with fur around the front parts of them, with tassels hanging from the sleeves, and the knee joints could also have the same colors or symbol, with the red and blue positive and negative symbol to go along with the symbol on the loin cloth that could have also been colorized in South Korea's traditional colors. The feet could have had the same colors as well and better styled. I get that the mask is supposed to be flat and not exactly like a lion in real life, but I think that the face could have been done better with the same red, black, and white on it, and her irises could have been boldly round, just like the mask in real life, with skinnier eyebrows. I know people want to say it's not supposed to be like that, but I feel like this skin just needs a bit more. 11th on the list is carved. I'm getting an island feel from it, like maybe a Hawaiian or Samoan theme. I like the detail on the top of the headpiece and loincloth, but I wish there was more carvings on the wooden legs and arms and chest. I can't see the back of this character's skin, but the power unit could have been more in the shape of tribal drums with the covering that is usually seen on tiki drums. I give this skin a 3. 12th on the list is Bull Demon. I like the head design, gold ornaments, ancient Chinese characters on the loincloth, the classic gold nose ring that you normally see on bulls and on minotaurs, and the purple tassels are a nice touch. But here's where it went downhill for me. The grays, silvers, and faded brown threw it off. If the color palette would have been more on a celestial theme with a moving galaxy on stationary armor, etc. I don't know how they do it, but if you've seen the cartoon show Chowder and have played Fortnite, you will get what I am talking about. Skins that have like a texture that is animated on a character's skin. There are other skins that Overwatch has made that has that design that I'm trying to explain. I wanted to give it a 5, but the legs were just too dull for me, and it looks like more attention was put on the head and the top half area than the rest of the body, and the rest of the attention went to the loincloth. If it didn't have gray, silver, and brown, or if the celestial moving animation was added to the skin, then this would have gotten a 5 from me. I feel that a celestial bull would have fit this way much better with the dull colors removed, colors like purple and blue make me think of space and constellations and galaxy, Milky Way. Oh, I think this would have looked better if it was only blue, white, purple, and gold, with more gold ornaments added to it. You only see gold on the chest plate, shoulders, and bits and pieces on the gun. Not that much gold was added to the legs. Some more tassels could have been added as well, with like a Chinese headdress to complete the look, or just tassels on the back of the power unit, and maybe one for the tail since she is already centaur shaped. A longer tail could have looked way better with some tassels or trinkets added to it since this is supposed to be an Asian themed character skin. Also, the blue aura coming from the power unit could have been added coming out of the bull's nose to add on to that tough, mad bull look. It's a light 4 for me because, to be honest, one of those things that I mentioned, if it had one of those, it would have been a 5. 13th on the list is ice cream. At first glance, it's like, ooh, it's ice cream. But as I stare at it, it's just a recolor with ice cream cone texture added to it. And I had to stare at it some more to see the chocolate and the vanilla. The gun could have been in the shape of an ice cream cone with the ice cream on top. The legs could have been the points of an ice cream cone instead of going with the default robotical feet again. I expected more fluffiness on it to resemble ice cream, you know. I like the cherry on top, which is my favorite part of this. The bright green kiwi on looks out of place. Something cute could have been for the tail, maybe a huge cherry on top of ice cream could have been her tail. But instead she got nothing back there. Y'all left her with a flat hump booty. She ain't got no badonkwadonk. But I give this a fun look. I'll give it a light 4. It's just pieces of it where if you get around the ooh ice cream skin, yay, and actually pick it apart, you just might see where I'm coming from. I think some fluffiness also could have been around the chest area and upper thighs to really bring out the look and show that it is ice cream. And the parts I pointed out could have been mint green, so the kiwi on the gun would fit in more, and the small mint ice cream symbol on her loincloth. And the power unit on the back could have also had ice cream coming out of the hollow cones, and also some colorful sprinkles would have looked nice, or more of the brown nuts.
No pun intended.
14th on the list is Griffin. I almost missed this one. I like the bird theme of it. It is very exciting to look at. I just wish that there were more blue ornaments added throughout the skin to go with the blue wings and blue headpiece. Also, I wish the back legs had the same legs as the front. But I get why it doesn't, because it's a griffin. I give this 4 roses. 15th on the list is Starsheep.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend. And she is the moment. Now, come on now.
About freaking time. It's astronomical. 5 roses. And I feel like if Bull Demon had a similar celestial animation going on the skin, similar to Starsheep, then the character skin would have looked better. This is something that I would actually buy. I have no more words for this skin. It gets 5 roses. Furthermore, wanna know what I've noticed? The fan art of Orisa's skins look like better versions of the skins in the game. That's kind of sad, Because after I critiqued these skins and went to look at fan art, some of the stuff I said that should have been added to some of these skins, others thought of the same thing or similar when I looked at the concept fan art designs. The sadness. I would actually want to spend my money on the fan art designs more than the designs that are in Overwatch. Well, this will conclude Orisa's character skin critiques and ratings. Well, toodaloo. Come back for something else new, my roses.